Welcome back to another episode of the GTR podcast. This one is a special one, boys, because
This is gonna be
man,
weird.
woo,
I'm gonna be. Let's go full disclosure right now. LeBron and the Lakers are currently against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and right now, as we speak, LeBron is 22 points off breaking the all-time scoring record. So maybe, hard maybe, on whether or not this happens, but we might be able to get a live reaction of LeBron breaking the record. I've got it in another tab, so I'll try not to sound too spaced out. J Dub is really good, uh, but we're gonna do whatever. Um, so sorry about the extended absence. I had some family shit. We both had some
I was
family
in
stuff to go to.
Miami and then I had family shit coming back. Ain't that something? Ain't that
That was
something?
something. But but I don't want to go into too much detail. But all good from yesterday.
All good from yesterday, boy.
Okay.
But didn't get sleep though. But we all
Yeah,
good though.
that's fair. Okay. Um. Anyway. Um. And also, sorry if I sound weird. Um. I've been under the weather for the past little bit on Friday. Currently, we're recording this on Tuesday, which should already be kind of known information based off of what we've been saying. But um, I had strep over the weekend, and then I just got a cold. This is
Are you
awful.
okay? Yes.
I have the worst immune system on the face of the earth. I'm
I have a
convinced.
goaded one.
Mine is awful.
I have a goaded one, but man. So
Um, it was. We were also supposed to do a pod like the day this happened, but Kyrie got traded to the Dallas
man.
Mavericks.
And then
We're going to address some other trade rumors, talk a bit about some All-Star selections. Um, Cam Thomas, as of
it's a
not
bucket.
even an hour ago,
It's a bucket.
became the youngest player ever to drop 40 in 3 straight games.
40.
And at the bottom of my notes, LeBron might break the scoring record.
Hey, man.
Anyway, let's get
Ah,
started with Kyrie.
ah.
Um, I didn't get to hear many of your live thoughts, and I don't know if
So
uh, I
I
tweeted many
was
of mine, but go ahead.
I was driving when Kyrie got traded,
Yeah,
and I was driving, and I had ESPN on my phone. I was listening
yeah,
to it through the phone, and I heard Kyrie announce Kyrie was traded, and I'm like, when is like that whole moment was super crazy to me because not too long ago, like a couple of days ago, Kyrie said, "Okay, I want it out," but like when he said that hours ago before that, the Lakers came and said, "Hey, we just missing one star piece to get us over that championship
yeah.
level." An hour later, Kyrie says he wants to get traded. So I thought, okay, he's going to LA. You
I,
know,
I think I think we all want that. Just by
but
the way.
like
Anyway, keep
the
going.
time frame of that happening, I'm like, okay, Russell Westbrook, Philip player picks. All right. And
Yeah,
then like the days after, and then how fast it happened, and then when I just saw Dallas and what they gave up, I'm like, wow,
yeah,
like I was stunned for a minute. Then I came back to realization. Um, Kyrie and Luca, that's about to be probably the most talented backcourt in the league, easily,
just off pure talent,
pure talent
absolutely.
alone. Um, and Kyrie gets his running mate. He's better than Porzingis. He's better than
Luca does.
Luka gets his running mate. Sorry about that. Luka gets his running mate, and
You're
probably
good.
his best running mate. Not even probably. It is his best running mate. Better than Porzingis, Brunson, and stuff like that. But this, I can't wait till we see this play out. It's good
Yeah,
for Kyrie because Kyrie shown that he can be a second option and doesn't need the ball in a sense to be effective, but they're both
yeah.
ball dominant, so it's cool. And he's proven it because he played off LeBron and KD, so you
Yeah.
know he can play off
Now,
of
of course,
superstars.
LeBron and uh, of course, LeBron. and KD are better off-ball players than Luka is, but I think they'll be fine.
They'll be fine. Offensively, they're gonna run up scores. It's
It's
gonna be
gonna be
disgusting.
yeah. We'll get more into like the X's and O's of like how that could look and will look. Um,
What was your initial
well,
thoughts when you saw it?
my initial thought was holy. I It was only me and my brother home. Fun fact. I don't know if I've said it on the pod. I do have a twin brother. Um, don't say what I don't 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 do it.
Go ahead.
Dan just leaned in like he was about to say something. So that's why I just said that if you're not listening on YouTube. However you would say that, whatever. Anyway,
But
LeBron is now 18 away. Um Sorry. Anyway, I was literally making a fucking I need to limit my swearing. Not need to. I've wanted to start to limit it, but that's really difficult for me. Anyway, I was making uh a little like a bagel egg and bagel egg and ham sandwich in the morning.
No.
Amazing, by the way. And then I just saw a tweet pop up from Shams. Um, the Dallas Mavericks have acquired something like have acquired
Luke, I said Luke, Kyrie Irving and Marcus Morris.
Kyrie Irving in a trade. I screamed, what the fuck? Um, got my brother. We both were like, what on earth? Because of course, we went through like some of the trade destinations, the possible ones.
Mhm.
Um, and we didn't.
Dallas is
No, it's
not on
just
my
like
radar. Dallas is
okay,
not.
LA could probably do. Dallas is there, sure, and then there were a few more.
So mine was LA, Phoenix, Miami, Toronto, and Dallas. Dallas
Yeah,
was my last
that's
one.
what a lot of people thought,
And my
including myself. That was, I believe, my order. But maybe take Phoenix down below Dallas just because I don't believe that. Just because they do have a point guard. Um,
they offered
we
Chris
could get
Paul.
into that more and more,
Man,
but that was just my belief
that's
that
true.
they aren't desperate enough to do that trade. Because it does take a level of desperation to trade for Kyrie with a few months left on his contract. It's like the biggest gamble you can take.
Yeah.
He's the most unpredictable and spontaneous player probably in NBA history. So it's just not something that I would. You have to be in a weird situation to really believe that. Not believe
You,
that, but
you
to
have to be in
make
a
that
Dallas
decision.
Maverick situation where you do it and you have nothing to lose because you can always find a Dory Finney-Smith and a Spencer Dinwiddie, but you can't
But
always
yeah,
find a Kyrie.
yeah. Just for the record, maybe not a Dorian Finney. That's a bit harder to find, I would think. But you can't. This is the reason why I did like this for Dallas was that this is their best chance of getting Luca help,
Yeah.
like legit all-star help.
All-star starting help, like 50, 40, 90 type help. Like that's yeah, yeah, that type of help.
Not
Yeah.
even 50. Screw splits because technically a few years ago, Brogdon was 50, 40, 90. Legit all-star help.
You're right. You're right. Listen,
Um,
I was so shocked when he did when that trade went through. Like, wow.
excuse me. It was just shock. And also, in my head, a huge W was a huge W for them was that they didn't have to get rid of Christian Wood.
It's crazy. I would have got rid of Christian Wood. I'm
Oh
trying to
no,
get
It
Try to keep
for
doing
that
it.
trade, I would have. I would have 100%. I'm not saying you don't in that situation because that's like saying you're not going to give up Austin Reeves uh to get Kyrie, which we'll get on to in a bit.
Man,
Um,
man.
I'm in the process of making a video on it. I say in the process, like I've planned out like what I'm going to talk about and the main things about this trade. I haven't recorded it yet, and I do all my stuff one shot and do a bit of cropping and whatnot. And I don't edit much, but anyway, I put
And
up some videos. Go watch that. Link will be in the description or
he just plug
whatever.
himself on the
Yes,
whole.
of course. Shameless. I'm shameless.
You know, I mess with it. What made hold up? What made that trade just kind of like the Nets could have the Nets finessed the Lakers because they knew they was not going to LA, and they just like what I mean by that is LA, like Kyrie wanted to go to LA. Let's keep it a buck. Everybody knew Kyrie wanted to go to LA, but the way the Lakers, no, the way the Nets said, nah, we ain't gonna take you to LA, bro. You didn't do nothing for us. You ain't going to LA. We ain't going to the team you want. And they
Yeah.
just took the work. They honestly took the worst offer. And going into the offers, um, Phoenix had a good offer for
Rumored
Irving.
offers, by the way. Rumored
Rumored,
offers.
rumored, but I can see these being true because the names are already around before the trade deadline happened. But the Chris Paul, Jay Crowder, and a couple of picks that could have happened, and I would have put them in a win now situation still. You get a vet point guard and somebody who can control the offense and can put Kevin Durant in better spots, even though he's on a decline. You had the Clippers offer. Clippers is going to give up a lot of good role players or just role players, which I agree. I wouldn't take that because I want draft capital. And then before the trade even got like fully pushed through and things like that, you heard Toronto come in and say, "Hey, try to make it a 3 team," and we try to get OG or Pascal and stuff like that. So it was a lot of stuff that could have happened in Dallas. Dallas, you get an A. You get an A for this. Even if he doesn't resign, you get an A because you give Luca the chance while the West is wide open. You give
Yeah.
Luca a chance while the West is
Um,
wide open.
yeah. I'm just gonna say I do like fundamentally disagree with your thing with like, well, yes, like even if he doesn't stay. Because I disagree with that. Dorian Finney-Smith is a good player, and um, I what's his name?
Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah, Dinwiddie. I promise you, I know basketball. I promise you, I know ball. I'm blanking on names. That's all. Um, but yeah, he's been. Those two guys aren't guys you want to give away like candy. Uh, and the reason why I don't think I'm just gonna say right now, I don't think this puts them in a fantastic position to win this year. It's a bit better than it was before the trade, of course, but I wouldn't say it's great because there's still glaring issues with this roster. I think I don't remember if I tweeted this, but one of the first things I said was this season it'll end up like Embiid and Harden last year in Philly, where obviously there's talent there, obviously they gel, obviously it's going to be a good team, but the pieces around them don't fit great.
Yeesh. I kind of disagree with that a little bit
Hit me with
because
it.
because and I disagree with it because Joel Embiid and Harden are ball dominant players. They suck off ball. Luca's an on ball player and he's not great off ball, but Kyrie is good off ball. And the
I
players
wouldn't
they
call
have,
him, and that's even, I don't mind. Like, of course, you're not wrong when you say that. I don't, I don't disagree with that at all. But I just think that they, I think their current best defender is Josh Green.
Maxi Kleber. Maxi Kleber when he comes back. Maxi Kleber was giving Kawhi hell for real, for real. You want to keep it a buck. But I see what you're saying. The defense is a glaring
The
thing.
defense
It's
is
like bad. It's super bad. But
potentially worse than the league.
But the offense is
The
the
offense
best.
is going to be amazing. They are going to be like top, at the literal top of my watchability list, just because you've got Kyrie and Luka, two of my favorite players to watch. Christian Wood, who complements them, I think, perfectly on the
Tim
offensive
Hardaway
end.
Jr. You got
Tim Hardaway Jr. when his shots falling is good.
You got
But just really in my head, it's the three of Luka, Kyrie, Christian Wood.
All right. It's hard for me to bet against Luka. That's my only problem. It's really hard for me to bet against Luka because of what he
You were before the season.
You said what?
I'm screwing with you. I'm screwing with you. I said you were before the season.
I know, but now he got Kyrie. I'm like, I'm like,
I still just think not even when the pace slows down, because I don't blame them. Well, Russ now has 3 threes today.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Especially once it hits the half, I promise I'm gonna be like way more dialed in.
Yeah, but people are seeing our real reaction to stuff like record breaking.
Because also Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is one of my favorite players to watch in the league. Russ just tried. Like, I love Shai so much. Anyway. What the hell? Oh, just the defense is so bad. Like, so bad.
Laughable. It's really laughable.
I'm not sure exactly how they deal with it before the trade deadline. Sure, they might be able to do something, but I don't think they're going to be able to adequately deal with it. And if they do...
So, go ahead, finish. You can finish. Go ahead, finish.
Yeah, sorry. And even if they do, I think that'll leave them with a really thin roster.
I trust Jason Kidd to get these boys in check. I trust Jason Kidd because Jason Kidd got Luka to play defense in the playoffs because he was getting fried by Chris Paul. Jason Kidd said, and Chris Paul did very good guarding. And Chris Paul was frying him. And Jason Kidd said, all right, you got to play better defense on Chris Paul or we're going to lose the series. And Luka went out there and he played better defense. And he's a better defender from last year to this year. So I believe Jason Kidd.
I needed to check this stat. Another problem I have with another reason why I am scared for the defense is really just that right now Dallas is 24th in defense.
Right.
In defensive rating. And trading away
Dorian
Finney-Smith is going to hurt. Trading away your best defender is going to hurt. So, I don't...
What's their offensive rating right now? What's their offensive rating right now?
Let me see.
Because now you got one of the best scorers in the first quarter.
Shut up, I have League Pass. Sorry.
Now you got one of the best offensive scorers in the first quarter and one of the best closers this season in the fourth quarter. So, like, that scoring it might minimize, like, okay, we can't defend, but we can outscore you. Like, they can really just do what the Kings does, just outscore you. Like, really just do that and play 100%, solid defense.
But I don't see the Kings. Let me just try to... I'm trying to... Because I go to NBA.com for defensive and offensive rating, but yeah. Offensive rating... Did I just miss them? Probably. They're 8th. So that'll go top 3 probably.
There you go.
Like, sure, they lost some spacing, but you've gotten Kyrie Irving. I don't think that matters that
It
much.
doesn't. He doesn't. That's why I'm not
Yeah.
worried. But that's that Dallas. But now I do want to talk about the All Star
Hold
selection.
on real quick before I do want to talk about the Nets piece of this. One, I love this pettiness from Joe Tsai. According to Trevor Lane, um, latest report from the Steinline confirms that one of Joe Tsai's presumed objectives in the Kyrie trade was not to send him to his preferred
Which was LA.
landing spot, the Lakers.
I see it because they didn't do
I
it.
love that so much.
Kyrie
I
didn't do
love that
anything.
pettiness.
I see it. Of course, you would love the pettiness, though. Of
Oh,
course.
I'm a very petty person. I love it.
But like, uh, you know what? Looking back on that trade now, like right now, he didn't even get a bad return
No,
because
and that's the thing. And they've done, I think that I'll get onto the Lakers in a second, but with that return, you've got like a way future unprotected pick. No
yeah,
one knows what's going to be happening in 2028. So you never know.
you get draft capital that you
You've
lost because of
got
the Harden trade, so you get some draft
yeah,
capital back.
they have that draft capital already from the Harden trade, as you said. They've got two good rotational pieces. I actually really like Dorian Finney-Smith. Well, I for that roster, not only just in general too.
Right.
You've got Spencer Dinwiddie, who is a pretty good scoring guard, who can kind of do like a C minus version of what Kyrie was doing. C minus, obviously, you know what I mean by that.
A lower level of Kyrie Irving, lower
A,
level for
like a
Kyrie can
way
score.
lower level, but
Yeah, he's not a
so you've
bum.
got
He's not a
you've
bum.
got someone who can play, who could do the same stuff that Kyrie does, just at a way worse level, and you've got someone who can fit into any team in the NBA.
Yeah. Now your starting
So
lineup could be Spencer, Seth, KD, Smith, and Claxton. It might not be the most star popping name, but it's like you have stuff to work with right there.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's one of those things where it's like they can be
Competitive?
it's gonna be because I think we all said like I think not we've all said we've all had that thought. The half is pretty much over. 10 seconds, shooter free throws. Lock in, Alex. Um I think we've all had that thought, like, what if we just surround a top 5 player in the league with really good role players and really good 3-and-D guys? What if we did that? And I think that's kind of what they're going to do. So they're going to say competitive. They're not going to win. I doubt it, unless like KD turns into MJ times a million.
Get
They're
past
not going to win with
Siakam.
that lineup. We'll get into that. And now let me just get on to the Lakers real quick. Apparently, not apparently. So
Allegedly.
the Nets offered a trade. Not yeah, the Nets offered a trade that included one pick. I think it was Russ and Austin Reeves.
It was two.
And
It was two picks.
two Jesus
It was
fuck
two. It
actually
was
no. Oh yeah, it
27,
was
29.
27 and 29.
27, 29, and Russell Westbrook.
Yeah. And plus Austin Reeves. Lakers never countered, which okay. But it depends why they didn't counter. If the two picks made them uncomfortable, cool. But also if a trade doesn't make you a little bit uncomfortable, then the other team isn't giving up. Sorry, then you're not going to give up. No, if a trade doesn't make both sides a little bit uncomfortable, then it's not a fair trade. And that's something that, like, anyway, if they weren't happy with the 2 picks, I'm like, okay. But if it's Austin Reeves, I'm like, are we really doing this again? Because we saw this with Kyle Lowry a while ago. Now, of course, Kyle Lowry has turned out to not be a great signing for Miami. But they did the same thing with Taylor Horton Tucker. Now, Austin Reeves, Taylor Horton Tucker, very different players. But
Same concept as
if the X factor in you getting Kyrie Irving is Austin Reeves, pull the trigger. You have to pull. If that is your deciding factor, that
Alex, you know what's
yeah,
crazy? It gets worse than that because this is what they offered. Like you was right, they offered that. All they wanted, all the Lakers had to do was like, and if this is true, because this could not be true also, but the
yeah,
Lakers said we're not giving up to Austin Reeves and Max Christie.
yeah. There was also that, which I'm like,
If that's true, oh my God, he got to go. Rob got to go if that's true. I hope it's not. We hope it's not. Because if that's true,
that's bad.
boy.
Now, I don't think, of course, we don't know, but it might not have actually been the X factor, but I don't. Yeah, the Lakers never countered with anything with that trade, and they went ahead with the Mavs deal. And you know what? Again, I don't hate that return for the Nets. I actually really like this move for Dallas, not because it'll allow them to be crazy competitive this season, because, as I said earlier, I don't think it does. I think they'll have to be competitive next year and build the roster better around them, around the big two, um, around that duo. Fuck am I saying?
Good
Language, Alex. Um,
language, Alex.
yeah, thank you. Um, but I really think this is their best chance at getting a superstar, not superstar, an all-star, like a good all-star alongside Luca.
Yeah, this was the best chance. And
Yeah.
because
Anyway,
next we moved
um,
on to
we'll do all-stars first because I know you're eager to talk about this.
I am. It's oh man, it's just all right. All star selections happened, right, guys?
Yeah,
We already know our all star starters. Our all star starters. If you need a recap, we need a recap. In the West, it was Steph, but he's hurt, so they got to find a replacement. Most likely, Ja will be pushed up. That's how
please let it be Shea instead.
you think Shea. Ja will get pushed up. It might be Shea taking. Hey, we
I
don't know.
hope Shea does, but I
But
still think Shea's the third best guard in the league. But
what best guard in
do
the league
I?
is crazy. That's crazy.
Hold on.
You don't believe that. You don't believe that.
The other two in the well, right now I'm just going off of the All Stars,
Are you going
like
off the All Stars?
because I think Shea's the off of the All Stars, she's the third best guard, in my opinion, of both teams. My
Guard?
opinion.
Guard? We're talking about guard.
Yeah.
You're okay. One, you're wrong. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay. You're gonna say
Steph,
Donovan.
Steph, Luca. No,
Yeah,
Steph,
Steph
Luca,
Luka.
Dame, Ja, like Ja, like legitimately Ja.
I've still not put a fourth finger up because I
No way, no
wholeheartedly
way.
disagree.
So
We
Steph,
can have
Luca,
this
Ja.
argument on. We can wholeheartedly. We can have an argument about this on another day, but I wholeheartedly
Do you
disagree.
consider, real quick, do you consider Tatum a guard slash
No,
forward? Okay, no.
he's not a fucking guard,
You know, it's crazy. They register him as a guard. That's why I'm saying that,
which is
which is crazy. Which is crazy, right?
they've got like the F dash G. I'm like, no,
Jalen Brown.
I take Shea.
Okay, okay. We'll
I
have a
would take
discussion. We
Shea.
can have a discussion later. But my problem is, okay, the East is what the East is supposed to be. The only thing you can say about the East is it should be Bronson in there besides Julius Randle, but you got a New York Nick on
Well,
there.
even then, you've got there were a couple. I feel like there was Trey, just because he's average, like his stats are good,
This
but
team is
he's
so good,
inefficient and
and the
the
team is
worst
good.
defender in the league comfortably. So I think not this year.
Right.
That's okay.
That's you can say Jimmy. Jimmy didn't play enough games.
And he's just it's regular season Jimmy.
Right. And
And
not
even then,
saying
if he
Jimmy's
gets
bad.
selected, and even then, this is what he's done in the past. Like he gets selected and he's like, I don't feel like playing.
Right. So, you know, Jimmy, that's the
Yeah.
you can say Harden, maybe.
Yeah, that was the big one that people were saying, which I'm like,
Harden.
okay, you could probably put him ahead of
I don't think you can put him
um
ahead of Tyrese. Tyrese been doing some crazy shit. Got them into got the Patriots in playoff position. That's
yeah,
crazy.
people have been saying him over Tyrese Halliburton, which I think is fair to say, but for the sake of I think they're on the same level this year, I would say. I don't know if that's a crazy I'll have to think about that more.
Tyrese. It comes down to the simple fact because Tyrese Halliburton is the reason why they're in the playoff position.
Yeah,
Without Tyrese, they're 1-9. So that's
100%. Yeah. And it's that and it's also just refresh give someone else a chance to like a little bit of that, like
right,
not voter fatigue, but like for the sake of seeing a fresh face.
right. Because that's gonna be K next year. But
Hopefully.
hopefully, I love you, Alex. But
I-
but my problem is with the West because the West they got totally wrong. One, how is AD not an All Star? Two, and I explain why I'm saying this. How did Jaren Jackson make it? Three, how did De'Aaron Fox not make it?
Those
No,
are my I agree with two of those.
I'm going to start off with the AD. AD should be an All Star for the simple fact of Jaren Jackson. No, sorry, Zion and Jaren Jackson only got so at this point 3 more games played than him.
Yeah. Let me just yeah. I think Zion at the time of the voting, Zion had one more game played.
One, and he's a
Zion was a
starter.
starter. AD's not in it. Now, let me go on a quick spiel about like all-star versus versus reserves, whatever. When you look back in history, no one cares about whether you're an all-star or reserve. It's just going to be in basketball reference that star next to your name. That's all it's going to be. It's not going to be starter. It's not going to be reserve. It's just a star.
Oh,
I don't care that much about that.
right.
What I care is that AD's not in it, and I use the starter versus not even in it just to show like what one game did made someone
Jaren Jackson should not be in it because as and I'll say this. Jaren Jackson, yes, he's a two-way player, but his impact is not the same as Anthony Davis and Zion Williamson. Like it's nowhere near
well,
close as the
one of
same.
which is in it, which is okay.
But you
But
left the best player out of it. That's the problem. You left the
yeah,
best player out of it when it was a 1 game gap. So
yeah,
we don't care about games played at that point. We really don't care.
yeah. If you're gonna start AD and screw it, freaking put AD in, but start Sabonis.
Like
Why not? Tell me why not?
Jokic is a thing. That's why
Because no, they do three bigs. They do four.
Jokic.
Sorry, they count them all as forwards. They're both in the same thing.
What's
Positions
the
don't matter a crazy amount. They do guards, forwards, nothing in between. Um.
they do centers?
So what I think, if you're gonna take games played into account, I think you start Sabonis and then put um AD and Zion off the bench. Um,
And um and like I like Paul George. Paul George has been amazing. I just think De'Aaron Fox got snubbed bad because De'Aaron Fox is doing. It's a big reason why Sacramento is like a top 3 seed in the West,
yeah,
and the way his impact. Oh my god, it was a stat I was watching, and I watch a lot of basketball, and like I watched the analytical side of it, and
yeah.
like the breakdowns. This man De'Aaron Fox on 9 attempts. It's not super analytical. It's just it's basic stats, but it's crazy to really think about it. 9 attempts from the mid-range area. He's shooting 52% on 9 attempts. That's rivaling Kevin Durant.
Wait, 52% from what?
Mid-range on so
Oh yeah,
from not on 9 attempts. Like that's very good for somebody who became in the league as a slasher, somebody who can get downhill quick, and his playmaking got better. His 3 pointer, he's not afraid to take 3 pointers like he was, and he's actually hitting a couple of them. His DOHs with Sabonis puts pressure on, like it's so much that you have to be like, okay, De'Aaron Fox, how is he not an All Star? But my problem with De'Aaron Fox not being being an All Star is like I'm okay with him not being an All Star because the guards ahead of him is it's just better. It has just been better, and that's crazy to say, but um, they don't care about winning as much as like everything else because Dame is in there. But what Dame has been doing, he's been otherworldly. His stats has just jumped off the page. Like you said, Shea has been on one since the season started. 30%, no, not 30%, 30 points per game on very efficient shooting and got his team to a playoff spot when that roster had no business
yeah.
being a playoff team.
Shea is shooting um 51, 37, 90, 91
Like efficient. And
on
then
31 points per game.
you got
And
Steph and Luca who just clears.
and,
So
and just by the way, Shea has been statistically the best clutch player in the league.
I think that is false.
Club, but when you take efficiency into account, it's him and Kyrie.
Okay, I'm about to say that man
Yeah.
in Dallas has
Total
something.
points it's Kyrie. Total points it's Kyrie, but
Yeah,
you take efficiency.
efficiency. It's Shea.
Shea has, I believe, the most game winners so far.
Yeah. Ooh, in the clutch, who would you? Ooh, that's a question. That's a question I ask right now. Right now, clutch time. Who you taking? Kyrie or Shea?
I'm a, like the fan of me would say Shea, but just because Kyrie literally has hit one of the most important shots in NBA history, I'm gonna give it to Kyrie.
I'm giving that to Shea just because the weight, but like his size and his unorthodox movements to get to where he wants to get, like go
Yeah,
to, just it's there. And
100%.
of course, he hasn't been on the stage of Kyrie, but he hits
Yeah,
Shea.
when
It's
Shea's
tough.
there, and that's why I don't like the argument I just made. But
Mhm.
it's like when you do talk about clutch, you do kind
Kyrie
of have to
Irving
take it.
is,
I hate that argument,
yeah.
but
I I agree with you. I agree with you. Um, I ain't gonna lie right now. I'm kind of nervous because Something is telling me it's about to get broken, and we're not going to be on a pod when it gets broken. I feel like
Yeah,
we're not, but it's cool. But it's just I just wanted to see De'Aaron Fox. Somebody new to get it, but I can't get
yeah.
mad. I can't because all the guards have been better. You could say Paul
I
George
would
didn't
say
deserve
Paul.
it. Go ahead.
I would say Paul George, him at Fox ahead of Paul George. I love Paul George. I love a lot of players, but I do like Paul George a lot. But I don't know.
Watch what you
I
say
think
about PG.
I don't know. I feel like part of me wants to see a new face, and I want to see De'Aaron Fox get the support he deserves.
Okay, because I'm about to say because I had a
'Cause-
conversation with somebody and said, yeah, Anthony Edwards and Paul, no, Anthony Edwards and
Oh,
De'Aaron Fox has
Anthony
been
Edwards was
clear cut better this season. And I said that's just factually wrong. Clear cut is crazy to say, but oh, um, but I had that conversation and it was, oh my god, my head hurt. My head hurt after having that conversation because people don't take account of both sides of the ball. And when you have Paul George guarding the best player and his LeBron like box score shows that he is one of the best perimeter defenders, just goes crazy.
yeah. I'm just gonna tell you. We'll do this in two parts because I gotta go for a second.
All right. This has been go ahead, go ahead. You good. I'll close it
So
up.
I'll be no do this single pod. I'll call you like get on again in like a few minutes.
Okay, but I could just pause it then.
See ya. Yeah, I forgot what we were.
So it's been a time gap, and guys, we are back and back to recording the pod, and LeBron did it in the third quarter. He did it,
He
man.
did it. He
Whew.
just broke the all-time scoring record. That
Nobody thought we touched ever.
no,
He did it.
and they did a whole presentation and whatnot, which I'm like, cool. Maybe save for after the game, like the presentation and whatnot.
Yeah.
They did a video thing for Steph too last year, which I think is fair.
I think right now, congratulations, LeBron. And it was crazy because I was just watching this moment of Bron, and he was talking to his kids, and he said, "This 8 more points each quarter, right? Each 8 points in the third, 8 points in the fourth, just 8 more."
That's it. I mean, the fact
And he went to do it in one quarter. He got 16 in one quarter.
that's insane.
He is he's one of
You,
the greatest of all time, man.
he's top. He's top two. Dare I say he's not two?
Man, just
I don't know.
man.
That's
I got to witness it. I'm glad I get to witness it, man. Wow.
I'm just in disbelief.
They gotta win this
Um,
game though. They got to
yeah,
now.
Shea's putting on a show too, which I love to see.
Shay and Josh is too. Shay, Josh, and J Dub. But man,
Yeah. Anyway,
ooh, it took them 26 minutes to break it in LA. God, I gotta. I usually don't tweet during the pod, but man, congratulations to LeBron James. You got to hashtag strive for greatness, bro. Just strive for
someone,
greatness.
someone just once again redid this tweet, like retweeted a screenshot of this tweet. LeBron is 30. This fuckery won't go on for much longer. Thank God. Oh, Oh,
Man, will he get 40,000?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
just doing
you were
screen.
okay. See, man, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm reading the replies right now on Twitter. We shouldn't be doing this. We should be doing top tier podcasting. You know what? This is what top tier podcasting
This
looks like.
this is top tier podcasting because history just got made.
Yeah,
Like,
said under the LeBron is 30. This fuckery won't go on for much longer. Thank God. It's a screenshot. Um, it
like,
said, "I feel so sorry for him. Lol. This tweet has haunted him for years."
and I just want to say this for the people who don't like LeBron enough, you got to respect the man. He's done it all. When you look into the history book, his name is number one for scoring. He's top 10 in almost every category. Think about that, man. Like, think about that. Like, you can't, you don't have to like him, but you got to respect that, man. And he's still going. It's not like it's not like this is his last season of playing basketball or anything like that. Like, he's still got years of basketball left in him. Good basketball at high levels. And the I'm just stunned. Now time has passed after the bucket got scored. It's just he did it. So for all the people who, yeah, LeBron not this, LeBron not that. LeBron is
Yeah,
number one.
you really
You just
have to.
gotta tip your head off to this man.
You really like it. Doesn't. I don't care who you are. I live in Chicago. We saying MJ isn't the GOAT here is like putting uh it's like putting ketchup on a hot dog here, which is anyway. So you gotta respect it.
You
You
got to,
really do. This is yeah.
man.
Anyway, where's my beautiful notes app? We
Um,
had the All Star stuff.
we are, yeah, and now we just. It's crazy that we're about to talk about Cam Thomas after what LeBron just did,
Yeah,
but
listen, what Cam Thomas is doing is also insane.
it's
So
also insane. Cam Thomas. So
yeah, I
this
forget
goes,
where we
but
were at for the All Star stuff, but I think we got most of our
we
points
yeah
across.
we
It
got
was
all
kind
of
of ludicrous.
yeah. It was just no, it was just
Not
honestly
ludicrous, but like, because I don't think there was anything too egregious
no, it was just the AD.
other
It
than
was just the AD.
AD.
That's the
But
only thing. But
yeah,
not on to Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas is the winner of all this madness that happened in Brooklyn and Dallas because that boy is yeesh. So this isn't surprising if you've been a Cam Thomas fan, like me, like me right here, Cam Thomas, a fuck, I can't speak, enthusiast man,
yeah,
I can't speak, but Cam Thomas, if you watched him in college, he been
yeah.
doing this. The mid range areas where he is bread and butter, but his 3 point shot has actually
It's really
increased like
improved this
crazy.
year. Let me
And
just say real quick, fun fact. This is a reach. I don't care. Fun fact: LeBron breaks all-time scoring record on 2/7/23. His career points per game at this very moment, 27.23. It's a reach. I don't care. I think it's cool. Um. Anyway,
but
Cam Thomas,
340
youngest
balls.
player to ever score 40. I watched yesterday's.
So the Clippers.
Yeah, I watched the one against the Clippers, and man, it was just like a sense of. I say this a lot, but it was like a sense of inevitability every time he shot the ball. Like, okay, yeah, this is gonna fall.
Right. For me, and yo, he got 40 on Paul George. That's not like a that's not getting 40 on like Luke or that's Paul George, somebody who's defending you. He
Yeah,
gave him 40, a smooth,
yeah,
efficient
40,
40.
40 on.
Like
Yeah,
50 plus
he didn't get
shooting.
40 on Luke Kennard. He got 40 up. Now, of course, switch, all that stuff.
Paul
That's why
George
I'm not
is
huge on
main
saying
is
like on a certain player, but
Paul George was checking him most of that night, and he was. Ooh, Cam Thomas was him. Um, Cam Thomas, man, like what can I? I'm still in a little shock about LeBron, but we gonna move
yeah,
on.
you're just gonna have to bear with this for the rest of the pod. Sorry, y'all.
I mean, it's
But
not. We don't got that much. It's gonna be Cam Thomas and probably the end of it. But
well,
um,
Cam Thomas, and then yeah, no, that was pretty much it. I think we got most of our Kyrie stuff out of the way.
we got all our trades and stuff out the way. But Cam
Yeah,
Thomas, well, he's
we could do like a trade deadline one this weekend, and then
yeah.
during the All Star break we can do our draft pod. You know, bro's excited for that.
I'm about to fair one. This not. I'm gonna smoke Alex because I am a real GM. He's a. I'm a favorite GM. I'm gonna smoke Alex respectfully. Sorry, but
Probably. I'm not like I've never I like to know about guys, but I don't go like out of my way to like watch a shit ton of highlights, excuse my French. But I don't like to go out of my way for that.
but
I listen, I got a lot going on.
like,
And yeah. Anyway, Cam Tom like I don't know if this is a Linsanity run. I hope it's not because I think Cam Thomas is awesome.
I think it's just been inevitable. Like you said, he's been waiting to get minutes on that bench, and now you
Yeah,
have to play him. And he's showing that, hey, you're not going to bench me anymore. I
yeah.
can actually do this. Like,
And especially with Kyrie out of the lineup, he's got more minutes. And so far, he's
scorch
3 for 3.
3 for 3 without a miss, like without a miss. And this
He's
just
been
let me
he's
make
been
sure.
on one to
He's
say the
been.
least.
I just want to make sure because I don't want to get anything wrong when it comes to Cam Thomas, just because how he almost gave the Clippers 50. Like that's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
And that's a game where Kawhi, Paul George, their best players was on the floor, and this man almost gave the Clippers 50 and won that game. Mind you, that
Yeah,
was the day after, or 2 days after Kyrie got traded, or whatever, like 2 games. It was not that long after Kyrie got traded. But and I saw this in college. You saw this in college if you was a watcher of him in college. It was just about when was he going to get his time? Because at LSU he was, if I'm not wrong, he was leading the nation in scoring. That's not an easy task to do in
yeah.
college basketball.
That's a fun fact that I did not know. So
And like for this month, for this month, for the 4 games he played this month, right? He's averaging 37 points. And again, he's not a. The reason why you can say like he doesn't get a lot of playing time stuff because he's not a playmaker. He's just an elite scorer or a dynamic scorer is because he's not a playmaker and he's an okay defender. But the
yeah,
scoring is he
the scoring is so good you can't really ignore it.
you can't not play him.
And
Um,
so far, like obviously it's been 3 games, so the efficiency's got to be good if you're scoring 40 and 3 straight. But we'll see how this keeps going now that Kyrie's out of the lineup and whatnot. Like, if it ends up dropping to like bad, just shot chucking, then I think it's a different story. But I think he's good enough and he's smart enough as a player, and he's young enough to really figure out like okay, like when to make the right decisions when his shot's not falling.
Right.
And I think he will learn eventually. I harp on this a bunch, and I don't think he'll end up being like an all NBA level player. But
I can
how
say he
to
can go ahead.
how to impact the game when his shot's not falling, or in his case, really just to not hinder the team when his shot's not falling. Because I think it'll show like he's smart enough to not shoot his teams out of games.
Right.
I think
He
he's smart enough, and if he's not, he's young.
he's
He'll
21.
learn.
He's 21.
Yeah,
He he's going to be he's going to have a solid career. He's going to be if he keeps on this and if everything else develops like the playmaking, which is kind of shaky at best, and defense is
yeah.
kind of shaky at best. He's going to be Jordan Clarkson, and Jordan Clarkson gets paid. But Jordan Clarkson has a good career, and he gets paid to be
I
a
like that
bucket
comp.
getter, to be a bucket getter right
Yeah, that's
now,
all he is.
and he's
That's
doing
all he
it.
does.
He's taking 22 shots and like for this run, taking 22 shots a game, 56%, seven threes a game, 55%, and then 88 from the line.
Yeah,
So what
he's been great.
I want to see him and KD play because now if he's the bucket that I think he is, listen, I ain't gonna say nothing, but if he's the bucket that I think he is, like if at worst he's Jordan Clarkson, you know, you can assign him to the start lineup, find that
whenever yeah,
wing.
I do want to see him start. But if he does start to shoot his teams out of games and whatnot, I want to see him off the bench again.
I wouldn't mind a lineup for this since you guys are they're like retooling, as we like to call it.
Yeah,
Um, and people might slander me. I wouldn't mind seeing a lineup of Ben, Cam, KD, Smith, and Claxton. Because now you have to guard.
Smith. Oh, Dorian Finney-Smith.
Now you have to guard Kevin Durant. I feel like Cam. Not feel like I seen Cam tonight. You have to guard him off ball because he's good at coming around screens and shooting
Yeah,
off the catch and off
and I think,
movement.
and I hate to jump back on uh Ben Simmons because we've all been doing that lately. I've tried not to just because I'm like he gets enough shit, but
Mm-hmm.
in my head, he's I just don't know how him next to center
Nicholas Claxton,
Claxton. Oh my god, I keep blanking on names. I'm so sorry.
you're good.
But him next to Nick Claxton, as good as both of them are defensively, offensively, it's a question mark. More than a question mark.
Nicholas Claxton got a little jump shot to him, um, and he's
He
not a
might.
scared. And he's
He
not
might
scared to
be able
attempt.
to.
Ben, I just need you, bro. Oh man, because you have all the potential in the world, boy.
But he's 25 at this point.
25 and like uh man, I just wish you liked the game of basketball like I thought you did, man. And I and again, I don't know what's going on with you, but you're so good. Your talent, like the idea of you is super, super good. We just need it.
But it's one of those things where on the court, because I'm sure he can be a productive player, but on the court, but not on the court, but he, with him, there can only he can be the only non-shooter. The rest, I feel like, have to be some sort of floor spacers or shot creators.
No, do you? Because they did run Ben at center sometimes.
I'm not. I'm saying you play a stretch five.
How
My
would you?
think Miles Turner archetype.
The idea of Miles Turner is always better than the actual Miles Turner, sadly.
This year, no, but other years, I get what you mean.
Yeah, okay,
This
so
year, Miles Turner's been ridiculous, but not ridiculous, but he's been really good.
yeah. Um,
Think, but even then,
you know
think Miles
what?
Turner.
I hate to come back to that. Christian Wood would be perfect for him. Christian Wood would have been perfect.
Hmm,
Mm,
Dallas.
man,
Think that'd be cool.
yeah, but Cam Thomas in this situation is making the most out of it, and that's what you can do when
Wait,
you
was I right
what?
with what you were thinking?
Yes, 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 you were. And man, I, that would be fun to watch. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
That would be fun to watch. But Cam Thomas is making the most out of his situation and what he's doing. And now Jacques Vaughn, if I'm not wrong, you can't take
Hmm.
him out the you can't take him off the lineup now
No.
because he is showing everybody why he was picked, why he needs minutes. And since his quote, he said somebody said he doesn't smile that much. He says, you know, nothing ain't funny. And now like you see he's a like serious competitor. He comes in and comes out.
Yeah.
He comes in and he gets his job done quickly. I just feel
Yeah.
like for him to, like you said, he can't be a shot chucker if he want to stay consistent in the lineup. And I would like to see him be more of um a,
Develop that playmaking a bit.
the playmaking or the defense. Either
Either way,
or, either or.
pick one.
Pick one, and then now you don't get played off the floor. Because
Yeah.
the way the shot creation for you is so dynamic, you can beat a Joe Harris off the floor. Like you can move Joe Harris off the floor. Um,
Yeah.
like take that next step.
Yeah.
You got a whole season. You most likely will get playoff minutes. So you show it up in
Hmm.
the playoffs. Increase your trade value, increase your value just in general, and now you
One,
can
will get a
probably
bag.
you
Two,
go ahead. You can probably be a building block in Brooklyn if KD leaves. You can
yeah,
probably like it's a lot. There's a lot of options, and this is why I like young players getting opportunities because
absolutely.
you don't know what you can see. Um,
Yeah.
Now you know what I'm gonna say this. Uh, this is my last point about this. My fandom is coming out, Alex. I
Yeah.
would not mind seeing Killian Hayes and Cam Thomas.
I think that'd be cool. That or Cade and Cam Thomas, but like
Nah,
I know what you mean.
Killian and Killian and Cam will be what Jalen Green and Killian was supposed to be. But hey, 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 hey.
You can't just say Jalen Green isn't good.
No, say that. But boy, Cam Thomas is showing that he can score with Jalen. His scoring can keep up with Jalen Green, and I can't.
Well, so, once again, that's a very reactionary take. I'm gonna call you out on that.
It can be reactionary, but the efficiency is stupid. I haven't seen Jalen Green be that efficient getting 40 multiple
Yeah,
times.
yeah. I mean, once again, it is really just how everything shakes out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I want to see more out of Cam. I really want to watch him play
Now I'm
again.
excited. Now I'm excited. Now I'm excited because
Yeah.
boy,
How is Kyrie left? And I'm just as excited to watch the
the Nets
Nets.
as when Kyrie was on right, right. Can't because I don't know. It's the swagger of Cam.
And
It's
it's
like
something new. And
it's
it's
some,
something new.
and it's like if he could do this next to KD, like boy, now you got two bucket getters. Like that's
Oh
fun.
yeah,
That's fun to watch. That's fun to watch. But
yeah,
I'm not gonna prolong this episode.
yeah.
But man, this episode was a lot. We got to
What
see
happened?
again LeBron. Uh,
LeBron did it.
all they gotta do is close this game out. That's all they gotta do. I don't
Yeah,
know what the score of the game is or
I
who's
don't know
winning.
either. I saw the thing end. You hit record, and
Oh
that's been
wow.
it.
Oh, Thunder might spoil this boy. Oh, 80. Okay. I can see why. I can see why. I can see why.
Yeah, I from what I've seen, AD hasn't done great on the eye test. So
He hasn't been
just gonna
80. He hasn't been 80 at all. But this the end of the podcast. You
yeah,
want to close this out, boy? My
yeah.
boy.
Thank you for listening to the Game Time Review podcast. Give it a follow. You can rate 5 stars on Spotify, like it on YouTube, share it if you're feeling generous. The links to all of our socials will be in the description. Same with my writing. I think I put my YouTube channel in the link in the link tree. Um, and then yeah, the King's article will be out soon. I'm sorry, I've just gotten slammed with a bunch of stuff going on. I promise you it'll be done soon. Um, anyway, uh, thank you so much for listening, and we hope you have a good rest of your day or night.
Whenever you listen
Peace.
to peace.